Alrighty, welcome. I'm back to doing classical music reactions. If you just joined, clicked on this video, this is the second one, so there's not many for you to go to. The first one I did was Le Sacre de Printemps, Igor Stravinsky. Now I'm doing Requiem, which is by Mozart and Franz Xaver Süssmayr. Both of those are the composers. So I'm doing just some research before getting into this, so I know what the deal is. I guess. So a requiem is something that's like meant to kind of not celebrate someone's death, I guess, but it's like related to a funeral. That's the type of classical work it is. Mozart, our boy, that would have been back in the 1700s, I believe. Yeah, it's meant to commemorate the deceased. There we go. That's what it's saying here. Usually derived from the Roman Catholic Mass of the Dead. And this is an interesting story behind this, I guess, because Mozart didn't finish this. That's why there's another composer. He didn't finish this because he died. And I guess maybe this is like one of his most popular works. And there was someone else, someone commissioned him to do it, and I guess this guy who commissioned him to do it likes to he would pay people to make works, and then he would say that he did it. So Franz von Walsag, he's the one who asked for it anonymously. And then yeah, they were trying to find other people, and he wanted to do it to commemorate the death of his wife, and his wife died young, at 20. I suppose. And then, yeah, other people were asked to complete it, blah, 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 but then Franz Xaver Süssmayr is the one who completed that shit, so. Okay. And this version, there was another version that was done by them in 1987, I think, but I guess the most popular one is the one that was 1971. By Wiener Philharmoniker. We got Conservative Wiener, Stratofer, Karl Baum. I don't know these names. Karl Baum, Edith Mathis, Julia Hamari, Wisla Ockman, and Karl Ritterbusch. I can't find my vinyl, but I do have a vinyl of this I haven't listened to that I bought at a thrift store. I don't think it wasn't these people doing it, but yeah, I'm curious to. I may be familiar with some of this when I listen to it because again, Mozart is someone who. Him and Beethoven and Bach, I mean, there's no one who's really more notable or popular than them in classical music, and that stuff in popular media often does get played, so I think it's possible that I've heard moments of this, but regardless, let's get into it. So that's one of the. I guess this is sort of split up into 12 tracks at least. This release. Most of the songs are decent length, but the first and last are relatively long. I don't know what to think. I will say, like, to compare to Le Sacre du Printemps, easier listening. Maybe not as interesting, just because that sound from Igor Stravinsky is just beyond what I'm used to. This would be more what I'm used to when it comes to something like classical music. Very heavy on the choral part, I will say. I don't prefer classical music that does that, like works on choral stuff. I do like it still, it's just not my preference. But I do think the one thing I will say about the choral part is hearing it in the different channels and how that's sort of working. Certainly feels epic, doesn't feel like as epic as other works I've heard. But it does seem joyful, for sure. So positive emotions I'm feeling. So yeah, celebration of someone's life and having it kind of feel joyful. That positive. Track's just 2 minutes and it's fucking just banger, bro. It's just going straight in there. I did forget to say too about the first song is it does start off familiar. Like I recognize the beginning. I also recognize the beginning of this song. Other than that, the rest of that is not familiar, right? Okay, I like this one. It's just quick, short, punchy, right? It's hard for me to review like bits and pieces of this because it is just seems like a cohesive whole, right? But okay, hardcore on the strings on that one.
Tuba, mirum spargenso. Spargen sonum per se
Okay. Very not much going on in this song other than um, with its vocalists, right? We're getting some sort of like a solo performance from the vocalists, and that's cool. Now I'm really feeling uh, like as opposed to Le Sacre du Printemps, which makes me feel like I'm really going on this journey. These do kind of feel separated in a way, like on what's going on each of these tracks, um, which is interesting. I don't really know what to think about that. It's just not what I was expecting. Okay. Relatively quieter track on there. At least it does start off very strong with its strings and then kind of leads out not as much so. It's very chill. Um, okay. All right. This is. I'm liking this so far. I'm just still curious as to if it's really gonna, explode in my face at some point. Wow. Okay, so I will say I wasn't in it. I wasn't in it. I wasn't really particularly engaged. I wasn't really able to focus or really catch a vibe for what was going on with that one. Which is interesting. It all sounds nice, of course, always, but I'm not really being able to follow some sort of pattern, or you know what I mean? Which I feel I was very easily able to do with that Le Sacre de Printemps. So how I'm feeling about this, which, and again, this is a Go Mozart, right? Yeah, there's certainly moments to like so far, but I don't really have a grasp on the cohesive full, and that's just the way that it is. Yeah, I think it's interesting too. Mozart, because I haven't really talked about this stuff on the channel, but Mozart to me, because I read a little bit about him back in the day, not back in the day, maybe like a year or 2 years ago. Again, he died so young, man. I mean, we see him as some classical figure from hundreds of years ago, and boy died when he was 35 years old. Holy fuck. He was doing music. He started doing music and like performing it, traveling around Europe and so forth with his dad. Um, young. I think maybe even before 10. Like, homie was on a fucking like world. He was on the Europe tour, um, by his dad going like, "We gotta fucking make money off this kid because this kid's like." He literally was like a god. I shouldn't say that, right? Blasphemous, but in a way, who else? Like, I don't even know if you can compare that to anyone today. Okay, if this motherfucker is like not even 10 and he's making all this shit, like all these goated tracks back in the day, okay, that'd be like if we had, I don't even know, whoever's watching this, like, I don't even know if you're even going to, so I have to pick something like that universal. Let's think about Nirvana. They're relatively young 20s, I believe, when they were releasing all that music. We still consider that quite young. But I would say when it comes to the music industry, early 20s is a very good time for lots of artists to be making their best music. It's usually a genre coded thing, though, as people will say. Certain types of genres, when they're young, they're doing it the best. Other genres, they do when they're older. They're able to improve their craft. It's different. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. But you can't. But if Nirvana was making music and they're like 8, 9 years old and they're fucking composing what they did, we would be like, how the fuck do they do that? How were they able to do that? I will. Again, he's still sort of a legend in that right. But regardless, I will say, I don't think we have a Mozart nowadays because of all the distractions. You know what I mean? You go to the mall with your friends. Oh, we're gonna go do all this, blah blah blah. Mozart didn't have fucking shit to do. His dad was already a trained musician, but that guy didn't have fucking shit to do. So, yeah, you know what I mean? But I think the thing is that he picked up on it extremely quickly. And I think, too, because his sister was older than him, and, I mean, she never even gotten close to what Mozart was capable of doing. And I definitely think that she, like, felt that, right? Oh, that sucks, man. It's like all of a sudden your fucking little brother just kicking your ass in this shit. Oh, I'd be so fucking mad. Anyways, let's continue on. Okay, that one was really nice. Very quiet, very chill vibe on that track. Chorus doesn't really overtake it as much as I will say that's something that I think is happening on this is that the chorus just really overtakes my attention, and I don't want that as much because I'm still trying to pay attention to what's going on in the background. But that chorus is fucking booming. But okay, let's continue on. Okay, that one I recognize. It kind of has that same sort of string that was like happening on the first song, um, but it kind of continues on with that sound a little bit more with this one. Yeah, this song is kind of the most epic one on all of these so far, I'd say. Other than the fact that the first song kind of really, again, I guess it's 10 minutes, but that one really fucking takes you on a journey. Okay. We still have a ways to go here, to be honest. Well, just there's a really lengthy song at the end, so. Okay, I'm vibing with that one. I don't really have any strong things to say, but okay. Okay. Yeah, I fuck with that one. I would probably be in the top half there for sure. I'd put that at maybe my fourth favorite of these so far, with the first two songs and then definitely Lacrimoso or Lacrimosa. Um, okay, I am getting fatigued though. I definitely feel like I'm getting fatigued listening to this. Which, oh my gosh, Riley, get ready because some of these classical albums that you picked out of the 10, uh, they got some fucking length to them. So an hour and 3 minutes ain't really much. We got like a third of this left, which is only three songs though, because that last song is a whopper of 12 minutes. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, that one's cool. It's one of the shorter ones. It's pretty intense, and then that last sort of quarter, you're really focusing on the choral part there, and seems so happy at the end there. Okay, let's continue on. this point, I'm definitely finding it hard to get a reaction out of me because I'm just sort of I'm not finding anything that's like really standing out as different within these songs that I haven't already heard in these prior tracks. I am enjoying it though. Now we got one more song left. This is the big boy, 12 minutes. we got the epic-ass ending that I think we all would have wanted. I really liked the string work on this one. It was just very smooth and delightful. It really filled up the sound of it. Okay, what do I think about this whole thing, though? Requiem in D minor. I don't really know what I think about it. It's really going to require re-listens, especially as I think I just kind of get lost in that sound a little bit. It's just there. I'm listening to it, and I'm not really getting the nuanced detail of what's really going on. So that's a shame. I think when it came to Le Sacre du Printemps, it was easier to do that because of how fucking out there it really was, right? How horrific sort of the atmosphere, how just it was a wacky ass stuff. This is not as wacky. This seems like it's much more of an expected sound that I would think when it comes to classical music. I do like it. I do like it. Will I love it? That is to be determined. Honestly, I feel like I have to give it a 7.5 out of 10 right now. I can't really give it any higher because of my engagement with it all. I really feel like that has to come with re-listens if it's really going to sell. It certainly has highlighted moments, but for that hour and 4 minutes, I feel like I need to be a little bit more in it, right? And Le Sacre du Printemps was, 35 minutes. It was certainly easier to get into, but as I discussed in that video, I am a big fan of the Henryk Górecki Symphony No. 3. And how long is that one? Around an hour. So around that same length, although that one is working on 3 songs, sort of, or 3 different movements that are almost very similar, right? Where this is not the case. So I'm going to have to take all those things into consideration when I do my re-listens. Alright, it might be hard to believe here. Like, I'm honestly in disbelief that I didn't like this as much as I would have expected myself to. But Mozart's Requiem, I'm going to give a 7.5 out of 10. I'm going to keep it at that. I listened to this a lot of times because I was like not fully focused, not really, listening to the detail. But after my 6th listen, maybe I just kind of realized, I know it's Mozart, but it's not going to get like the perfect, like a 10 out of 10 treatment or a 9 out of 10 treatment. Yeah. I think this really stems too from the fact of listening to Igor Stravinsky a couple weeks ago, and I definitely like that one more than I like this one. That one kind of elicited like much more stronger emotions out of me than this one did. Yeah, I don't know. I think one of the things that maybe would have changed my opinion, because this is me learning about classical music in a way too, learning that maybe I'm not the biggest fan of the choral sort of elements on this. I feel like having to focus on the choral elements takes me out of the instrumentation, as I much prefer to follow along with what the instrumentation is doing. Yeah. Yeah. I still like this, though. I still think that it's quite good. I guess, too, with the Igor Stravinsky one, like, that being, like, a 35-minute thing, that feels like it's so much tighter and so much aware of what it's wanting to achieve. And maybe I don't feel that with the pacing of this or with its length. I don't know. Would I feel different, too, if Mozart did this whole thing? Because, again, we did have someone else kind of actually complete this. I don't know really what it means and the idea of, he did that first part and then did the skeleton of, like, practically everything. Like, what do we have because of him? I'd have to listen to more Mozart to really gain a picture of that. And I have listened to a lot of Mozart. I was trying to, at least. He's made a lot of stuff in reality. I understand Requiem is like the big thing, but Mozart at the end of the day has released a lot of shit. But I've only really listened to the stuff that he's done when he was like a kid, like fucking like not even a teenager. And I I haven't thought that stuff is bad, but maybe not memorable. Um, yeah, you'd be so. I don't. Again, if you're watching this, maybe you just know things about Mozart, or maybe you don't. And one of the things I think is very interesting about Mozart too is he was creating like operas too, right? Like in the sense like you would like 2 hour long things like performances by people, and it's a whole narrative and shit. The narratives aren't like anything too crazy, like, but for his age, it's like really, 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 really crazy that he was doing that. Anyways, yeah, I like this. I don't love it. I wonder if I'd love other Mozart. I don't think I have any other Mozart in my sort of classical deep dive, but yeah. If there's anything else you want to see me react to, anything at all, you can put a comment down below. And thank you for watching. Peace.